Hey, welcome. I'm so glad you're here checking out Social SideKick services. And one of the big questions we of course get asked is, so what kind of posts do you make? When I hire a social sidekick, what can I expect in terms of the types of posts that you'll make? Well, for one thing, I just want to point out right from the beginning, there's two things that happen when you hire a social sidekick. We both make the creative and the captions, but we also help draw out your story. So with every single post that we make, we're always working with you to draw out the story of your brand. And then regardless of the exact type of post we make, we're making sure that you have fabulous and dynamic imagery that couples alongside of a great caption. So I'm not going to talk a lot about the captions in this particular presentation, but do know that with every piece of creative that we make, there's also a custom caption to go along with it that draws out the story of your business and your brand. Okay, so let's dive in here. What kind of posts will a social sidekick make for you? There's a number of different types of posts that we make. And so here's a list here for you. We make graphic-based posts. We make photo-based posts. We also make animated types of posts. We make some video posts, and then we also make one of my recent favorites, some audio-based posts. So let me break down what each of these are so that you have an idea of the types of posts that we make, what posts might be right for you. Now, you might be thinking, though, Vivian, I don't know what types of posts that I need. That's okay. Your social sidekick's going to be right next to you, figuring this out for you and alongside you. But I do want to give you an idea of the types of posts that we could make. And then that way, if there's something you see and you're like, oh, I want to make sure that I have some posts like that, you can be sure to bring it up to your social sidekick. Okay, so first and foremost, the graphic-based post. So these are very common. You see posts like this, you're probably like, yes, I kind of know what these are, but I'm still going to go over it here. Our team will use graphics in order to represent pieces of your story or to relate to the post captions and to grab attention. And with this, there's usually not a whole lot of photography involved in this, although on occasion we do mix them together. But these ones are more about illustrations and maybe something more cartoonish or using typography and things like that. So that's what you see here. Now, we do use graphics that you provide if you have them, or we'll take inspiration from your brand. We'll talk about that in our first creative call to make sure that any graphics that we make or use for you are on brand and really fit with what your mission and goals are and just the aesthetic of your brand as well. Now, I don't want you to worry if you're like, oh no, I don't have like a solid brand package figured out. I just have a handful of colors, or I have sort of colors I like, but I don't have all these graphics. That's okay. If you have a whole suite of graphics that you want us to use, that's fantastic. We'll use those and incorporate them. But if you don't, that's why we're here, and we're going to walk alongside you and we're going to create graphics that match for your brand. So no worries either way, we're here to help you out. Okay, so next up here are the photo-based types of posts. And you see these all the time as well, where there's a photograph that represents the brand. It's eye-catching. We love to use photographs in posts for our clients. These are so fabulous because they can be coupled with graphics like you're seeing some here, or they can just be basically standalone as photos as well. Sometimes we'll actually pull in stock photos. And so if it makes sense and it's on brand for you and we don't have a photo from your brand specifically to represent it, we will pull appropriate stock photos from our stock libraries. However, this is a great opportunity to actually showcase your people, your brand, your products, etc. And so we invite you with photo-based posts to send us photos that you've taken. They can be professional photos. They can be photos taken on a mobile device. Or we offer some packages as well where our team will come and take photos for you of your brand and create a photo library. Again, though, if you're like, oh no, I don't have a whole lot of photos, there's ways to work around this using some things you have, maybe creating some new libraries for you, or we can always pull some stock photos that are appropriate and make sense. If you don't have a whole lot of photos, we might just rely more on graphic-based posts or something else as well. So there's always a way to do this, and it's nice to have a good mix. Okay, up next here, these would be animated types of posts. And so you should see these moving right here on your screen. They're kind of fun. I love animated posts because they have movement. And with that movement, it can stop the scroll. And that's super important. It's one of the things we strive for here as social sidekicks alongside you is how do we grab attention with the captions? How do we grab attention by inviting people to interact with your posts? And one of the ways we can do that is through the actual, the art, if you will, the graphics that we have. And so you're seeing here a smattering of examples where we've layered on animated elements to either a completely graphic post, like you see that science one on the top right. These can also be layered over top of photographic posts as well, and can be used over video and audio posts. So there's all kinds of ways that we can get a little movement onto those posts, which just grabs attention. As people are scrolling by, they see movement and they're like, ooh, that looks super cool. So again, we use animation graphics that we have from our library that are pre-made, and we'll put them on here. And on occasion, we can apply some simple animations to graphics that you may provide as well. So sky's the limit. Be sure just to chat with your social sidekick, and we can help you out with different things that are possible. But these are really fun. Okay, another type of post that we will make are video-based posts. And these are fantastic. They often have that little play button like you're seeing on the top right-hand side, although some will just kind of play automatically. Depending on the platforms and the devices that people are viewing these, they'll either play automatically or they'll push play. But again, video is another great way to engage your audience. Who doesn't love to watch video, right? The movement, it captures your attention. With video-based posts, like you're seeing here, we can layer on some graphic elements as well. So you're seeing that with like the little feeling cute sticker or where it says make a plan. So there are ways to incorporate things that are very on brand for you. What's awesome about video posts is you, again, are able to provide video clips to us. And we will take those video clips and we will turn them into a post. At this time, we use single video clips, so we're not taking multiple video clips and mashing them together. But instead, we're choosing one single clip. We're getting it to the right point on that, and then we're using that in order to make the post. This is so awesome because, again, you could be taking video even on your mobile device and sharing that with us for us to be able to make some very dynamic video-based posts. One of the beautiful things about a video-based post versus the animated post is that a video-based post can have audio attached to it as well. So in the case of the top right-hand corner one that you're seeing there, that post actually has kids clapping and singing, and it's a huge part of that post. So having the audio is really important. So there's different ways that you can see moving types of posts delivered either as an animated GIF or as a video-based post, but we do make both. If you have questions about video posts, be sure just to reach out to your social sidekick and we'll chat more about that as well. Okay, up our audio-based posts. These are, again, one of my favorite because they're so interactive and dynamic. If you have a podcast or an audio blog, or perhaps you're a musician, or maybe you are a singer, or this is just a great opportunity where you want people to be able to hear you so you can record yourself, even again on your mobile device or professional recording, we can take that audio and we can apply it to a post. And so again, when people are scrolling by, it'll either play automatically or they'll push to play depending on the platform and the devices that they are viewing the post on. But it's an opportunity for them to get to really hear you in a very dynamic way. I love this. We are using posts like this in our own business in order to start promoting our podcast, where we're taking tiny little clips from the podcast. We're embedding it right onto the post so they get a little taste of what the podcast episode's about, and then they're directed to go learn more or to go listen to the full episode. They're an awesome way to drive people to specific pages on your website or to a podcast, or just to engage with them in a very different way. Okay, so those are the types of posts that we will make for you. And again, you don't have to know which posts are going to be best for you. We can help you with that. We get to know your business and we'll offer suggestions and start making different types of posts to test out on your social media pages. However, if you see one of these types of posts and you think that's the kind of post that I would like to try from my social media, be sure to bring that up to your social sidekick in one of your creative calls, and we'll just chat through that in more detail for your brand specifically. All right, one more thing here for you. When we're making these social posts, there is a whole team. These are the social sidekicks. These are actual people living, breathing, who just love to tell stories, make creative, and help businesses thrive. So these are the folks who are making your custom social media posts, We specifically make these especially for small business owners and organizations who are busy. You have so many things on your plate, and we're here to help lift that burden when it comes to your social media, so you can focus on the pieces of social media that you love, and we can help out with creating posts that maybe are a little more difficult for you to make, or you just don't have time, or you want to just have variety and consistency. That's where Social SideKick comes in, and we just love to partner next to you. If you have questions, be sure to reach out. I've got down here our email. If you reach out, one of us will get back to you right away, or you can reach out to us on any social media platform, send us a direct message, or just get in touch and let us know what kinds of questions you have about these types of social media posts. All right, we're so excited to have you jumping on board, and we'll see you again soon.